Good evening, everyone. AnthWolf here, streaming live on Twitch with even more Final Fantasy XIV. Where we last left off, we not only liberated Doma and have returned to Eorzea to see how the situation is going with the Alamegan Resistance. We also did the level 60 to level 70 warrior class missions and have unlocked all of the skills now, including the switch of Berserk to Inner Release. And then finally we just spent about 18 minutes or so doing the Rising seasonal event, where it seems we were approached by the in-game character of Naoki Yoshida, who thanked us for playing his game. Either way, we're going to head back over to Limsa Lominsa now, and we're going to be continuing the main storyline. Hello Abba, welcome to the stream. It's a bit of a late night one, but I thought I would get on with the main storyline a little bit more. Just ended up watching a seasonal event, well, participating in a seasonal event, where it seems, I'm sure it's the director, or his in-game character approached us. Actually, I'm going to double check that while we're teleporting. Naoki Yoshida, there you go. Also known as Yoshi P, video game producer, director, and designer working for Square Enix. He's the director and producer of A Realm Reborn. Yeah, I thought as much. Yeah, it's almost 11. It's 10:43. Normally I'd be winding down, but I ended up grabbing a couple of hours after I got in from work. I needed rest of my eyes after a long day, so I'm still feeling relatively awake. Either way, let us continue the main storyline. While you were away, home is where the heart is, and Alphinaud is in Eorzea. Yeah, we knew about Kryl being taken prisoner, unfortunately. We saw that cutscene. So you're playing a bit of Dead by Daylight and the game crashed. That kinda sucks. But no, you're always welcome to pop into the stream and say hello. Most definitely. Before we head over to Castrum Oriens, the wall, and find out what's happening, even though I love my glamour armor right now, and we'll probably switch back over to it, I'm actually going to switch over to the brutal armor set. Probably sans the headpiece. I do kind of like how it looks, so why not? Plus we actually get to see our protagonist's face once again. Okay. I have been looking at other warrior glamours, even though I do like my golden armor set. I'm sure I'll think of something different, or I'll be inspired from the Eorzea collection, which is a website which has people's outfits displayed. I assume to have a few more quests here. One of them may give us an Aether Current. We still need 5 Exploration Aether Currents and 4 more Quest Aether Currents to enable flight here in the Fringes. Caught a glimpse of the leader's memories. Does Orenwald also have the Echo? Oh, a walker. Okay, what is a walker exactly? Oh, okay, someone with the Echo. There you go. It comes full circle. Okay. So before we go see Commander Kemp, Conrad, one of the faction leaders, might as well speak to the Serpent Marshal here and see how we can help. Yeah, this quest will unlock a new Aether Current. The Hidden Truth. Serpent Marshal Brookstone is in need of a soldier. We'll offer our assistance while we're here, before we head out. The Griffin's Bane is a new title. Okay, so we're looking into some missing resistance members. And the Anata, which are rather, I suppose, Naga-like people? Serpent-like, I suppose is the best way maybe to put it. May have better records of the time. Okay. Oop. Clicked out of the game there. So we do have a village to the south. So Conrad is just going to meet us at the crossroads. But we'll pop down a bit of mill first of all. I think I have done this quest before. Well, obviously I have on my other character because I have unlocked flight in this region. This one is definitely coming back to me in my memory. I think we're going to be looking for signs of their presence there, like tools and such maybe left in the dirt around the village. Maybe. It's been a while, as I say. Oh dear. Imperial Patrol. Great. We shouldn't be allowing him to escape, right? Never mind. Oh. So we can probably talk to Tella once again if we want to continue the side mission here to try and understand what happened to some of the resistance fighters. We don't need to do it. We could obviously come back here at a later time, and we probably will. We'll probably make use of the experience gained with one of our other classes in the future. For now though, I'm happy to have unlocked another Aether Current. So let's go speak to Commander Kemp. Hey, Nago is here. Okay, back to Castrum Oriens we go. We're going to have to pop into Ralga's Reach, the Resistance's base of operations once again, to see if anything's changed since the, well, destruction we last saw there. I'm wondering if various vendors have made an appearance yet. Because at level 70, we can start collecting other tomestones and spend them on various items, accessories and such. But the NPCs earlier weren't there who would actually take the currency, so... oh well. I'm sure we'll get back to Ralga's Reach at some point in the near future. Hello, Roban. Good to see you. Ralga's Beacon. You, Roban, and your allies have much to discuss.
Pray, join me in welcoming our Scion allies, but recently returned from their mission to the Far East. We have been most eager to hear a first-hand account of your time there, eventful as we understand it was.
Very well. Allow me.
Such victories are rarely won without sacrifice, but the prize is worth the price. Doma, free after all these years.
Bloody hells. Flooding their own castle for a better chance at victory. We could learn a thing or two from that lad.
Our agents report a flurry of communications between Garlemald and Alamigo in recent days. 'Tis plain they are in the midst of deliberating their response to the Doman uprising.
Good. Every Imperial unit in occupied territory will be on the lookout for civil unrest. The fear of leaving critical locations undefended will make commanders think twice about committing their forces, giving us a chance to seize the initiative.
We have a chance, aye. Mayhap the last one we're ever gonna get. While we've done our best to rebuild the resistance, the Imperials have only increased their efforts to root out sympathizers. If we keep on playing for smaller prizes, it's only a matter of time before they crush us again. And that we won't come back from.
A swift advance seems best for all concerned, not least poor Mistress Kryl.
Then let us waste no more time. The campaign for Alamegan liberation begins now. Our first objective will be to capture Castellum Velodyna. Take the bridge, and the whole of the Fringes will be ours. From there, we can push east towards the peaks. I name this operation Rhalgr's Beacon. For as Rhalgr once sent his star to guide our ancestors to these lands, so too shall it see us home.
Seems a fairly straightforward plan. Play possum, distract the enemy, pull them out of position, get people behind their lines to raise the flag. Oh! We've arrived once again at Rhalgr's Reach. Unfortunately, the NPCs I was talking about are normally here, and they've yet to make an appearance. They'll probably appear once we've completed the main Stormblood storyline, which, to be fair, isn't all that far away. I mean, sure, it's still a few hours away, but compared to the amount of hours I've put into the game so far, it's really not a great deal. Either way, we'll speak to Conrad once again, and prepare to undergo the operation. Okay. I was gonna say, why do you want to speak to me personally? He wants us to have a personal talk with a few of the some of the resistance members. Okay, Abba. Enjoy your dinner. Oop, that's not the way we want to go. No worries. Yeah, I'm not sure how long I'll stream for, but we'll probably get to a good point. But yeah, if you don't make it back, have a good evening. Yeah, it's still a shame what happened to Will Red. He was a bit hot-blooded when we originally met him, but he was tricked by the Ascians, who have been quiet of late. We haven't heard much of what the Ascians are up to. They were probably involved with Sunosato and the dungeon Susui of the Violet Tides. And the Void Center was summoned there, but nothing really in major events. Like, we don't know where. I still think we need to deal with Elidibus, the emissary of the Ascians, the white-robed one. I mean, he was heavily involved with the Warriors of Darkness. But he wasn't there when we defeated them. So he's still around doing something. Yeah, we're not looking to be the leader of the Resistance, and I don't think he thinks of us anyway for that position. And I know Conrad was probably thinking of passing the title over to Nephrid, unfortunately. Fordola kind of dealt with that issue. perhaps someone like Listo? Yeah, Conrad was feeling the burden of leadership earlier. Okay, so we're heading over to prepare the operation against the Black Bridge itself. So head over to Castrum Oriens and then travel... it doesn't really matter which way we go. Even if we left here from Ralga's Reach, it would take us about the same time. It's probably easier to go through Bitter Mill once again. So that's the flag we need to capture. Now it seems Nargo has an idea that she's going to fly there on her Griffin with a series of glamour prisms. Rather than take a new flag up there, she's just going to glamour the Imperial one, which is actually a pretty good idea. Old Imperial outpost. So we just need to hold out. Duty calls, commence battle for Ralgia's Beacon. If your level is above 69, it will be synced.
It's begun then.
Good. It's the waiting that drives me mad. Standing around, knowing what's to come. I'll never get used to it.
Calm down, Nargo. You're making her nervous. We've come this far, haven't we? We just need to make it the rest of the way.
Right.
Looks like the bastards went for the bait. The bridge is ours for the taking. Now remember, Monargo, I want you to make for the tower as soon as you see an opening and get that flag flying. We'll see to the fighting.
I won't let you down, sir.
Come then. Rhalga's star shall burn bright this day.
Here it comes!
Facing away from our allies. Deal with the cannons first, because they have a lot of AoE potential rather than have to worry about. Great, Velodyna herself is here. Oh, it's just us. Okay. be learning some skills from Xenos, I think? Actually, no, these are her techniques. He is now wielding a gunblade, of course. With her gunblade skill, she can knock us back into these burning pools. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah. Oh. Is that Nago's griffin?
Meet my new friend! I'll cut you to pieces! God damn you! No more running! No more hiding! Let's finish this! Look! The flag!
The bridge is ours! Al amigo! Al amigo! Al amigo! Yeah!
Stand your ground! It's not over yet! Damn it!
Let them go, Lise. We've done what we came here to do. That's enough for now.
Velodyna has fallen? Impossible.
We have them on the run! Forward! No mercy!
Regroup! Regroup! We have to regroup! All units, fall back!
Commander, the 4th cohort has been routed. We'll be at the mercy of the enemy's reinforcements if we don't fall back now.
Idiot! We have the stronger force by far. Don't be taken in by their tricks. Or would you rather tell Xenos you lost to this rabble?
No, but if the snakes betray us in the confusion, we'll have no way out. I'm begging you, Commander. Give the order, or we'll all die here.
As common traitors who drank of muddied waters. For all the good it did us. Skulls with me! The day is theirs, and so is this bastard bridge. Someone bring the snake.
I suppose. It's our first victory, isn't it? And that has to be worth something.
Welcome back, Abba. And so the Black Bridge is ours. Fortunes of War. Your work is far from finished, as Conrad well knows. Okay. Ah, yes. Such... Oh, Nago, you're back. How did that go? It's a good thing she wasn't afraid of heights, really. So yeah, we're searching for any Imperial remnants that didn't fall back in time. You know, if you just surrendered. But no. boss fight here. That one would probably be rather tough to do by yourself. Some of the 30-minute boss fights you really can't do alone, especially when you've synced your level. Let's meet up with the Eorzean Alliance and report our success at the bridge. If they couldn't guess already. The Imperials did surrender. Okay, back to the bridge we go. Rising fortunes, rising spirits. Conrad would like just as much as you to resume your march eastward towards the peaks. Okay, so there's another Mikote tribe here. We know about the... Is it the U tribe? In southern Fanalan. The M tribe is here. And now that we've crossed the bridge, we should be able to find the other exploration Aether currents. Should being the operative word. I'm not sure if I'll do that in my own time or if we'll do it while I'm streaming. We'll see. There's definitely one relatively close by. In fact, it's gonna be just round this corner. So, 3 more quest Aether currents, 4 more exploration. Okay, and there's one relatively nearby to the southeast. We'll go grab that one. It might actually be in Nago's village. Or it could be up here. I'm gonna guess it's here or here. That's just a guess. They like to put them on ledges. Be able to get up there. Oh well. Oh, bloody hell, dead end. That would also be fine though. Either way, we'll head over to the Peering Stones, which I guess is where Nago's tribe is. Ah, there it is. Oh, we have a friend. Oh, bloody hell. Really? Ah, and there's another one really nearby as well. Okay, first things first, and get myself distracted. Okay, so there's one to the east, and there's one to the northwest. Aether currents, that is. All relatively close by. There's a whole tribe on the edge of this cliff, which is impressive and all. Like, it's not much to look at, of course, but the Imperials do have airships. Hello, random user.
You've come. Welcome, friends, to my village. My home.
How fare your people?
Good, all things considered. Better than the Enanta at any rate. They've sent an emissary. I'll take you to her.
We're here to help. Will you tell us what happened?
Aye. It began with a quarrel between the Imperials and the Caliana. The Caliana are another Enanta tribe. The strongest and the most influential. Unlike the Vera, they want no part of our troubles. They swore fealty to the Empire, and were content to remain within their borders.
Just so. The Caliana forsook their pride in the fight and yielded to Garlemald long ago. But then a new commander was sent to hold the Black Bridge. She demanded the Caliana surrender a hostage, this butcher.
Fordola. It doesn't make sense, though. The Vera are the ones working with the Resistance. Why would she threaten the Caliana?
Because she is ignorant like all Imperials. She knows not the difference between Caliana and Vera, nor does she care to learn.
I see. All Fordola knew for sure was that the Resistance would come from the west. She reasoned, therefore, that if the Enanta on the east bank turned their coats, she would be trapped. I take it the Caliana had no choice but to oblige her.
No, they did not. The Imperials left with the Caliana broodmother's own daughter, Anamika. Long days and nights she looked out on the Black Bridge weeping for her child. Until you came. The broodmother knew at once which way the winds would blow. She and her warriors met with the fleeing Imperials in the road and demanded that her daughter be returned.
Bad idea. Fordola's not the kind to take threats lying down.
You know her well. The butcher turned her blade to Anamika and bade the Caliana move aside. But the broodmother would not yield.
I know where this is going.
The Caliana surrounded the Imperials, one of whom, whether out of fear or stupidity, cut the child down. There was naught that could be done.
What madness.
the true madness was yet to come. For in her despair, the Kaliana broodmother cried out for her daughter to be restored to life. She beseeched Sri Lakshmi's intercession.
She summoned a primal then and there?
That she did, if only for an instant. Bereft of courage and honor, the broodmother sought solace in her faith. The Imperials fled in terror at the sight of the goddess, abandoning these lands to the Ananta. Now the Kaliana bid us make pilgrimage to pay proper respects. Yet though we Veera revere Sri Lakshmi as the holiest of the holy, we will not prostrate ourselves before her.
And so you turn to us?
Aye. All who have fought with the Resistance have heard tell of the warrior, the Icon Slayer.
No pressure then.
I believe we have heard enough. Inconvenient though the timing may be, if a primal has indeed been summoned, we can scarce afford to ignore it. We must needs discuss how best to resolve this situation.
Okay, we have a new primal, and she lacks she. I'm never going to be able to pronounce that name properly. I think I mangled it for, well, at least a year. 3 more exploration Aether currents. There's 1, 2, and there's probably 1 actually in the Ananta compound itself. The Lure of the Dream. Alphino has heard this story too many times before. Okay, so it seems we're going to the Ananta village to maybe speak to like a lore keeper. See where we can learn of the nature of our primal. In addition, we have another, I'm guessing, Aether current quest here. Indeed. Eyes bigger than her stomach. Simzizi is fretting over the tribe's lack of food. Okay, we're sticking some teleocresses into a burlap sack. A small bag roughly large enough to hold an acorn, marble, or dinosaur. Don't ask. It just makes sense. Probably a bag of holding. Okay, so before we do anything, let's jump off this cliff. Oh, well. There is an Aether current to the southeast here. Just go hunt them down. Okay, so it's probably going to be in this village here or nearby. We have some Imperial walls in the distance there. Oh, this is a base of operations. So there's one to the northwest next to the village itself. The Yawn. Is the Yawn? Wait. I want to go back here. The Yawn is something we'll be looking at later if it is what I think it is. We had a cutscene here though before, if it's what I think it is. Where we met an old friend. Well, an old friend made an appearance anyway. Yeah, I think it is. This is where we saw Estinian. Yeah, we'll be looking into that in the future. Meanwhile, let's hunt down some dinosaurs. Stick them in our burlap sack, because why the hell not? Here's the Ananta village. And the final Aether current is... yeah, it's probably going to be in the other village. We'll try to make them see reason. Unfortunately, with a primal, there's a chance they've been tempered already. I mean, I suppose there are benevolent primals. Unfortunately, we did learn for that with every primal summoning, it weakens Hydaelyn. So despite it there probably being benevolent primals, we really don't want to keep them around. Okay. Savadra here will lead us to the other tribe's village. Ah, before we do that, it looks like we may have our final Aether Current quest here. Unexpected guests. Prapti is concerned someone is encroaching on Vera territory. Okay, but yeah, we can look into that. We'll teleport back over to the Peering Stones and travel from there, since it's relatively close to where these Alabegans have apparently been poaching anyway. The final quest, Aether Current. There's one more exploration one. At least I think so. Oh no, you might be right. Yeah, there might be one. Yeah, there's one from the main quest line. Yeah, there's one from continuing the main quest line. I'd forgotten about that. Perhaps it's better not to ask how a 10-ton dinosaur could fit into the sack. Never mind 3 of them. Never mind how did we carry them. This is where we get hit once and die horribly. With our 1 HP. Thank you, Inner Release. You're always there for me. Okay, happy days. That's hopefully resolved. So those people were from the peaks. There are at least 2 settlements in the peaks. We've been to Alagana, but there is another settlement of Aligiri, which I think is still under Imperial occupation. Seems they were trying to scavenge for food, for resources. Either way, we'll let the Ananta know the situation. Happy days. Oop. The Lady of Bliss. Badra is ready to guide you to the other Nanta tribe. I wonder if I've rent... Yeah, you might have to go out from the north. I guess both ways may be viable, because it looks like there's a... Well, we'll try this way. Normally, if it's leading us towards Lakshi, then normally the if we guess like Aephorite, they're normally right at the back of a beast tribe's like holding, like well protected. Ow. Do you mind? Ah, yeah, looks like the either way would have actually got us to our destination. Okay, that's fine. Regardless, we're here anyway. We just went the long way round, didn't we? And they do have an aephorite. Yeah, and it is right at the back. That seems relatively promising. Oh, hello, Aether Current. You know what? I had totally forgotten about you. Oh, you're gonna be a pain in my butt, aren't you?
Why, mistress? Why does my Anamika slumber still?
Look thee on her face, supplicant. Thy prayer hath been answered. Flesh sundered hath been made whole. Blood spilt runneth through her veins. Breath stolen filleth her breast.
But she hears not her mother's words, nor sees her mother's face. She is silent and empty.
Only the vessel may be remade. Not so the flame which flickered within. Her soul hath been scattered to the four winds.
Now do you see her promises for what they are?
Alize, have you gone mad?
Well, so much for stealth.
Mayhap I have, but I refuse to stand by and watch yet another tragedy unfold.
Who intrudes upon this sacred ground? Imperials, thirsting for blood!
No! We come not to shed blood, but to save you from the false god who would lead you astray. I understand how you feel. I do. You loved her with all your heart, but when the moment came, you still couldn't save her. The anguish, the anger, I know it only too well. But I also know where this path leads. To embrace a primal is to condemn yourself to an endless cycle of despair. You will never know peace.
A worm-eaten heart may find peace and serenity in service, in beauty and grace. This hath ever been my promise. Naught else.
You tempt them with visions of things that can never be and leave them bereft and wanting. No illusion, however sweet, can change the fact that your daughter is gone. Remember her as she was. Do not suffer this piteous shade to tarnish her memory.
For every prayer that primal answers, it'll demand payment in kind. Do you have any idea how many more Ananta will die to feed its hunger for crystals?
They would have thee suffer man's spite and live in fear. Far better to dwell in my beauteous dream than endure so ugly a reality.
She's wrong! We hate the Empire as much as you, if you just listen!
Poor, misguided children. I would spare you the torments of this cruel and misshapen world. Come, bask in my radiance. Let it fill your hearts and free you from your burdens.
And she just tempered everyone.
Abide in misery then, fools. The Ananta are more deserving of my blessing. Leave these lands and my dreamers be. I will not warn you a second time.
Unless you have the Echo, you're not going to be fighting alongside me, Lise. It's not going to work. We know it. Once someone's been tempered, I don't think there's any way to turn them back. But we'll try and reassure Alisei nonetheless. And yes, as Random User says, it's time for the trial known as the Emanation. So give me just a moment. The difference between this and the extreme mode is there's a stark difference in terms of some of the mechanics, but there's one which I need to remind myself of. Okay. Yeah, it's not so bad. There's a mechanic known as Vril, which you can gather, and you have like a pop-up, another quick slot space, and when you consume it, it will protect you on... You can either use it to protect you from various attacks, or you can use it to minimize or reduce damage you take. In extreme mode, you can have multiple amounts of Vril, I believe, and you have to use them at particular times, whereas in this mode, we just have to use it in one circumstance. Well, when she uses one particular ability, I think. We are going to be synced to level 68. Upon witnessing her daughter's death at the hands of Velodyna and her skulls, the Kaliana broodmother cried out to the heavens in despair, and a primal answered. Shilakshi, patron deity of the Ananta, came forth from the Aether, and the Imperials were put to flight. Alas, the tale did not end there, for now the Kaliana demand that the Vera come and pay tribute to the goddess. And so it falls to you and your comrades to journey unto the stronghold and put an end to Shilakshi's dream. Okay, seems there's another tank and plenty of DPS waiting to do this trial. We're just waiting for a couple of healers. Okay, we'll just give it a moment, just wait for Duty Finder to pop. So yeah, there is some usual AoE mechanics we'll have to be aware of, but Lakshi does have a few things we will have to watch out for. Otherwise, I think it is fairly straightforward. I haven't ever completed this trial in Extreme. Not since, well, when it was released in 4.1. I wasn't well geared and I didn't really have the time or the tutorage to learn a lot of the mechanics. Yeah, I was a white mage. I suffered a lot. Because I think white mages tend to get focused by one of the AoE attacks, so it can be a pain in the butt. I am looking forward to doing the Pool of Tribute Extreme now. I enjoyed that, even as a healer. It was difficult if people didn't know the mechanics and were forcing you to heal them rather than being able to focus on the tank. Same with the Deltascape. I've mentioned it a few times in some of the previous videos, because people have asked where I've gotten up to in the storyline. But I'm looking forward to doing the Deltascape once again. Definitely the normal mode Deltascape. Savage, probably not so much, but we can give it a go. And if it goes horribly wrong, then we'll stop. The Deltascape's all optional anyway. Do you know, random user? Do you have to complete the Deltascape, Normal, and Savage to unlock the Sigmascape? Or is that an entirely different thing? Because I've never looked at the Sigmascape yet. Okay. Because I know the Sigmascape gets you some good gear. And I know it exists, basically. But I have no idea what's involved and how you unlock it, but it's probably going to be progression based. Yeah, same with the Eureka content. I have no idea. All things we'll discover with time. So it's waiting for the healers once again. And that was me pressing the wrong button there. Good job, mate. Yeah, it is late in the evening. Kind of expected a wait time like this, even as a tank. Yeah, someone mentioned that. It's like the Eureka's basically fates. Actually, I might look at I have a web page I favorited, which talks about best in slot. Now, this is something I'll be honest about. I don't care about like getting the best gear and the most optimal materia and such, but it was interesting because it kind of told you what armor is available. So I'm just gonna see, because I'm wearing item level 350 gear right now, which is the best crafted gear. So let's have a look here. So we have the resistance tokens, which is what I'm wearing right now. Yeah, Sigmascape. Savage mode. Ooh, that's a good sign. Gets you the item level 370 gear. The different savage modes. So I guess it's again going to probably be 8-man trials. But something we may look at and regret doing in the future. But here we go. There's some new people here, including myself. So we have this drill.
Open your heart to me.
Black Mage. can see the AoE attacks being dropped onto some of the players. These pools, I think, get bigger.
Rest your weary souls in my bosom.
Well, Black Mage is down.
I shall free you from your hate.
So I've used my Thrill there because normally in extreme mode now, I'm sure Lakshi, with her burning as she is, starts dealing a bit more damage. Yeah, when she's burning like that, I think in extreme mode she's doing a lot more damage.
Do not your souls weigh heavy? Your souls are stained.
Oh, bang backer. Ooh, bloody hell.
I shall free you from your hate.
Surrender to bliss. Your souls are freed.
On the positive side, we do have our limit break 3 now.
Do not your souls weigh heavy? I shall free you from your hate!
Dual MB. It's probably best for the pugilist to do it. Christ. Now someone's working out of the bubbles restored thrill. Maybe I should have said something.
Surrender to bliss. Your souls are freed. Oh, I offer you peace and serenity.
There we go. Nice job.
You did it again. You saved them. I just wish I could have been more help. So, it looks like the Enanta did have a mountain of crystals after all. Like every other tribe. Gods were all such slaves to our weaknesses.
You slew our mistress! She was our hope, our salvation! Is there no end to your cruelty?
Listen to me, please. I know that you're only trying to protect yourselves because you feel frightened and alone. But that's how we all feel. Don't you see? If we could just turn to each other for help instead of the gods, I'm sure we could find a way to live in peace. Your crystals are important to you, aren't they? Reflections of your souls, right? Well, you shouldn't have to sacrifice something so precious to a primal.
Who are you to question our choice? You who fight without fear? We wish only to live in peace. And if this be the price we must pay, then so be it!
I know there's nothing I can say to convince you. But I hope that one day you look back and see we only ever wanted the same thing.
Begone, damn you! Spare me your hollow words, and leave me to mourn.
I'll go. But it doesn't mean I'm giving up. Girabania is our home too. And one way or another, we're going to have to learn to live together. Come on. Alphino and Alize are waiting.
I was going to say, is it a meanwhile in the royal palace of Alamigo? Yes, it is.
Ah, the savage returns, and with her tail firmly between her legs, beaten by beastmen, I hear.
It was a shameful display, by all accounts. She may have curried the Viceroy's favor with her bold promises, but in the end, she's just another plodding bungler like the rest of her kind.
Strange. You would think him a better judge of character. Then again, I hear she's not averse to a more physical mode of persuasion.
I thought she rose through the ranks rather quickly, but no longer. If only she had been content with her lot, she might have lived to see the morrow.
Fedola Rem Lupus. Commander of the Crania Lupi, reporting as ordered.
Why do you tremble, sir? Could it be that the Empire's butcher is afraid? That she who walks with death is terrified of her own?
I'm terrified of dying having achieved naught. Gladly would I give my life to win a great victory on the battlefield, had I but the strength.
Alas, you do not. Indeed, you are weak. And born of this weakness is a blind fervor, a raging inferno which threatens to consume not only you, but everyone around you.
Yes, my lord.
You were defeated by the Resistance on several occasions. You misjudged the Ananta and spurred them into summoning an icon. Have you anything to say?
I do not, my lord. My failures are my own. I am prepared to accept your judgment.
And that is very admirable. However, I've had enough of this dumb show. Give voice to that hunger I see in your eyes, or I will pluck them from your head.
I want... I want to make them pay! All of them! Everyone who ever mocked or looked down on me! I want the power to make them pay!
Very well. Then I shall give you a chance. A chance to transcend your mortal limits. Assuming, that is, you are prepared to wager your life for such power.
Transcend, my lord. I came here prepared to die. Tell me what I must do.
And there's a new face. That face also has a name, which we know, but hasn't yet been told to us. Of course, we'll no doubt find out in the future. Silence of the Gods. Thanks to you, Vajra, and her people need no longer live in fear. One thing I don't understand, from what we've been told and from what we've experienced through the game, they talk about, and I mentioned it before, they talk about tempering, and how once someone's been tempered, even if the primal is defeated, those who are tempered don't recover. It was kind of mentioned with the Immortal Flames when we first encountered Ifrit, and he tempered a lot of the soldiers who were captured alongside us, which is why other people can't fight. Because they will just be taken over. Is it round this way? Oh, hello. No, it's along this way. And yet, from what I gather, some of the Ananta were tempered there. And yet, Shanti, who was the one who called out for Lakshi, seemed fine afterwards. Like, the tempered people still are able to have a conversation, only they're dedicated to the goddess and whatever the goddess desired. Wondering if later on, like through the series, they're changing the law slightly, in that those that are tempered may have a chance to return. This is a very philosophical question, I suppose. In moments like this, it's best to remain quiet. And a new day has come. Happy days. You now have flight in the Fringes. And of course, we can continue the main storyline, but we will be taking a break. It is, well, 1 o'clock in the morning here. I should probably sleep. But it's actually a really good point in the main storyline to also take a break. And when we come back, we will be pushing to the east into the peaks once again, and slowly but surely retaking the land of the Alamegans. Looks like we have a dungeon somewhere to the east as well. And of course there's plenty of Aether currents on the southern side of the peaks. And I think we have a few more. In fact, we have all of the Aether current quests still to do as well. Oh well. As I say, we'll take a break here. Thank you all for watching here on Twitch. And we'll of course get this exported over to YouTube for anyone who's watching the series there. And depending on how noisy the neighbours are tomorrow, with the slow demolishing of their house and refurbishing it, I'll probably be streaming for a good bit tomorrow. And we'll see how far we get further into the main storyline. Either way, this has been AnthWolf. Once again, thank you all for watching, and hopefully I'll see you for even more next time. Until then, though, bye bye now.